Hello and welcome, my name is BetaRho, and this is Introducing the God. Today is a somewhat delayed third episode, where we look at the god of the Yellow River, He-Bo. In addition to hi-rez's lore, currently on screen, the website Lorehound has a slightly different version of Feng Yi's fate. It states that, after a severely damaging flood from the Yellow River, He-Bo tied rocks to himself and sacrificed himself to the river. Because of this act, it became customary, for a time, for the local people to sacrifice a virgin girl to the river to become He-Bo's bride. He-Bo has been tagged as a ranged mage, and he certainly is that. His stats are classic mage, low health, slow movement, but high mana and range. One thing of note is that, when compared to other ranged mages in SMITE, the amount of HP and MP regen He-Bo gains per level is on the low side, an issue you may wish to address via item buys. He-Bo's passive is Steady Flow, which grants a 10% magical power increase after each use of an ability, lasting for 5 seconds. This effect can stack 3 times, and the timer refreshes with each stack. In short, the more abilities you use, the more powerful He-Bo gets. He-Bo's first ability is Water Cannon, which fires a cone of damage in front of him. It does a base of 100 damage, increasing 60 each level, adding 100% of your magical power. The best facet of the ability is its extraordinarily quick cooldown at 3 seconds. It costs 40 mana, increasing by 10 each level. His second ability is Flood Waters, a movement-based ability. When in the water, which stays on the map for 7 seconds, He-Bo's speed is increased by a base of 35%, increasing by 5% each level. Any enemy in the water is also slowed at an equal amount. This is great for escapes and chases, and keep in mind that this ability, while not expressly offensive, adds a stack to your passive, adding damage to any subsequent attack. He-Bo's third ability is Water Spout, a ranged skill shot, and my favorite ability to both start the game with and level first. It does a base of 80 damage, increasing 50 with each level, and adding 100% of your magical power. The ability knocks any enemy in the area of effect into the air, and slows them 35% for 2 seconds. It's worth noting that enemies will continue moving in the direction they had been moving in while in the air. It costs 70 mana, increasing 10 each level, and has a 10-second cooldown. He-Bo's ultimate is Crushing Wave, as perfectly descriptive of a name as you can have. He-Bo transforms into a wave, dealing a great amount of damage to anyone in front of him. The attack does a base of 400 damage, increasing 80 with each level, with an additional 130% of your magical power. Keep in mind that, because you literally are the wave, you will end up at the end of the attack, so it can also be used as a last-ditch evade. It costs 100 mana at every level, with a 90-second cooldown. Being a true ranged mage, He-Bo should be built as such. Boots of the Magi are a solid base, which I often follow up with the Rod of Tahuti and Warlock Sash. If you like to keep stacks, Doom Orb also works, and Voidstone is a great item when matched up against another mage. If you're unsure about your sustainability, switch out Boots of the Magi for the Reinforced Boots, and make up your lost magical power and mana elsewhere. Abilities, as always, are situational, though movement is often a concern with He-Bo, so Purification Beads or Heavenly Agility may prove to be worthwhile. When built and played correctly, He-Bo can be a truly feared sight in SMITE. His damage is swift and effective, and often comes without warning. Make sure to utilize your inherent damage buff contained within your passive, and know your build's limits. If you want to be a damaging force in the game, know that you probably won't have the goal to also be bulletproof. Plan your situations well, and the water of the Yellow River will be the last thing they hear. As always, I invite you to click through to the Pantheons to see guides and videos from other gods. The Hindu Pantheon has been updated to include Bakasura, and I'll continue to update as new gods are released. Thanks for watching.